Hi, this is Dan Meinhardt, curator of the Richter Museum of Natural History. Welcome to Collection Corner. In each episode of this series, we'll explore nature through the unique perspective of a single specimen from the collections of UW Green Bay's Corner Center for Biodiversity. Today's episode, Brighter Skies, Darker Days, the tragic tale of the passenger pigeon, one of the most famous examples of extinction in recent human history. Number 1935 in the Richter Museum bird collection is a rather unassuming mounted specimen. Standing a little over a foot tall, or 30 centimeters, he's a handsome little guy with a smattering of striking iridescent purple feathers on the side of his neck. He looks pretty good considering he's been dead since 1878, when, somewhat mysteriously, he became part of the collection of an avid amateur naturalist living in the Madison area. The specimen came from near Sauk City, Wisconsin, and was collected 36 years before the last of its kind died in a Cincinnati zoo, and the passenger pigeon was extinct. Before Europeans colonized North America, there were an estimated 3 to 5 billion passenger pigeons living on the continent. Individuals of this one species made up between 25 and 40% of all birds in the United States at that time. How could one of the most abundant vertebrate species known by humans be driven to extinction in a little over 100 years? Well, when European colonists spread across the great expanse of North America, they created a perfect storm that the passenger pigeon simply couldn't weather. First, passenger pigeons were tasty. While small-scale hunting barely made a dent in their huge numbers, commercial harvesting was another matter entirely. As railroads provided access to the pigeons' nesting grounds and connected them to markets back east, demand for the birds increased dramatically. A single hunter could take 5,000 in just one day. Birds that weren't destined for dinner were often killed because farmers considered them agricultural pests. Their dense aggregations made extermination highly efficient. Finally, as the vast forests of North America were eliminated for agriculture and timber, so was the pigeon's main food source, acorns. The huge flocks of birds depended on equally huge stands of trees for their nesting sites as well. As illustrated here, passenger pigeons were a bit larger than the familiar mourning dove. They also were sexually dimorphic, which simply means that males and females differ in outward appearance. Here you can see the obvious color differences between our male and a female specimen from the Manitoba Museum in Canada. John James Audubon illustrated these differences in one of his famous paintings. So almost within the span of a single human lifetime, people eliminated one of the most numerous vertebrate species ever known. Specimens like ours serve as both a record of what was and a reminder of the irreversible damage that humans can do in a short period of time. Here at the Corner Center for Biodiversity, our primary purpose is to promote education, research, and community services that contribute to conservation of the Western Great Lakes fauna and flora.